What's up, guys? Welcome to Prop 5. You have me and Major Passons. Ethan is not with us today, so you're getting expert gambling advice. So you can follow me at S Rochester NBA. Major is at Major Passons with an underscore in between, right?
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
So we're going to talk about USA Nigeria. It's coming up here in about 3 hours. Germany and France just tipped off. It's in the second quarter. France is up by 10. So this is another quarterfinal game, the last one of the day. USA Nigeria. On the Prize Picks, you can use our code. The code is 5. You get yourself $50 when you place a $5 lineup. So it's a great value. It's a new promotion that Prize Picks is doing for us. So definitely take advantage of that. There's lots of promos and goblins and things going on too. So check those out. But USA Nigeria, it's a 27.5-point spread right now. So there's actually not a lot of options on that game just because the game is such a wide spread. So Major, what did you see that stood out of the props that are available?
Out of the props that are available, honestly, a lot of them are extremely risky here because it is such a big spread. I don't know if anyone's going to play enough minutes. So I think only like 3 players have props. So Stewie, Asia, and Sabrina, if I remember correctly, unless they just added some. So Sabrina, they had a great prop, and then they removed her assist, so she just has points. But I think the safest one is Stewart, 7.5 rebounds. It has only hit 1 out of 3, but it was 8. She got 8 one time, 7 another, 3 in the last game. But they played Nigeria in February, and one it was like 100-40. So, but she had 7 rebounds in 18 minutes. So I feel like if she plays a little bit more than that, that's the best one. But in all honesty, I think maybe your best bet would be like an Asia Wilson under, because her props are really high, but I don't know if she's going to play more than 15, 16 minutes, in all honesty.
Yeah, and that 21.5, to be honest, is an inflated line. I know our guy Brian Fonseca, he played Asia over 20.5 yesterday. 1 point is a small small difference, right? When they're going to score a lot of points today, you'd assume because of the spread, but it's not maximizing your value. And I think to your point, and I've made this point with Ethan when we've been talking about the men's game the last 2 times, when you have these big spreads, you just never know who's going to get minutes. Yesterday, we got lucky with the Anthony Edwards, croissant, taco, whatever you want to call it. Like he got a couple minutes late and he got some buckets. I lost on LeBron over 12.5 rebounds and assists because he didn't play the last the whole fourth quarter. He had like 7 assists in the first quarter and didn't get to it. So you don't know when you have these huge spreads. Now I'm looking. They're not really adding women's stuff, but they're starting to add stuff for tomorrow's men's games, the semifinals. So you could pair things with that. I agree with you about the rebounding. To me, is the most consistent thing, just because like the opportunities are always going to be there to always get a rebound on any possession. Not always can you score on every possession. So I did post Stewie and Asia on their over on points. I do think it's very risky. Like we're going to come on here and we're going to talk about the game, but it's also not like my most favorite. I feel really confident about it. Like you mentioned, the Sabrina over 4.5 assists. If that was on the board, if it gets popped back up, that's one I would fire on because I feel confident about she's going to distribute the ball more so than certain guys or certain girls, in this case, are going to get points. So the rebounds, I think, is a great idea. Was there anything else? I mean, there's not a lot of options. I don't know how well you know the Nigerian lineups and rotations. So
Don't know much about that. But if you're looking to play overs, because I know a lot of people like playing overs, Nigeria is probably the better team to go for, because even if you're losing by, like I said, they lost 100-40. So if you're losing by 60, you're still going to play your better players in their last Olympic Games potentially. So that would be something kind of like Brazil. They had a guy who scored 30 yesterday. So your good players are still going to play even if it's a blowout, and you're losing because you kind of want to honor them in that way. Team USA does not want to get players hurt. So if you want to deep dive into their rotations and statistics and all of that, you might be able to find some good value there. I personally don't know anything about that, so I'm not going to touch stuff I don't really even know anything about.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward, later tonight you'll have MLB, so you can check that out. We'll probably put some things up with that later in the afternoon. Major, before we leave tomorrow, you got the men's semifinals. You got USA, Serbia, France, and Germany. Not props, but what do you think? Who's going to be the gold medal game?
Germany and USA.
Yeah, I agree with that also. I think both are going to be very competitive games. There should be lots of props for tomorrow, especially because you have the NBA town on all four teams, really. So check that out. Major, thank you for joining me. Make sure everybody checks out prizepicks.com. Use the code 5. Get yourself $50 when you put in a $5 lineup. Thank you, and we'll see you later.